How you doing? Mr. E here from B Publishing, and I just wanted to show you a little something because I bought this here Akai MPD32, and I just wanted to show it to you. So I've got it all hooked up, and all you got to do really, I mean, it's a pretty easy machine to use, and I don't see why people use MPCs if they're gonna put it through their computer. I mean, this is an MPC, but it's not standalone. You could use it for the computer, and you just plug it into USB, and it's self-powered from the USB, or you can use it's got like MIDI outputs, so you can use MIDI, and I have a little MIDI thingamabobber that you put in the USB, and you can use it that way, and then you have to plug in the AC adapter. But it's a really cool machine, and it does a lot of stuff. And so I'm just going to show you just like a little tiny thing of what I could do with this thing, you know. And this thing has so many options, you know. It's a pretty cool little machine, and but you know what? There's a couple of things that I'm gonna have to change on it. First things first is these pads on this thing. You know, if you just barely touch them, I've already modified this one so that you can touch them, and I can get a sound out of it. It's touch sensitive, and it's really the sensitivity is really nice, you know, because I can just go from a creep to total, and it shows you on the top of the screen how much pressure you're putting into it, and then the data for the very moment that you're on there, it'll show you. So I mean, this thing is pretty cool, and it works really well. It's got a lot of faders. You can hook these faders up to anything in your DAW. I use Fruity Loops 11. Or it's not even called Fruity Loops anymore because it's a stupid name, so they call it FL Studio now. And I love FL Studio. It's a great program. People think that it's shitty, but it's not. You can do anything you want to do on FL Studio. So anything you want, all 8 of these knobs and all 8 of these faders, you can put them on pretty much anything. And just save it, and you can do what you want to do with that. Like, I don't even really use these things because it's, you know, I've got my computer, so I do everything on the computer, and I just use this to actually do stuff with. So the first thing first is that these pads, like when you first buy this thing out of the box, you can touch this pad and you won't get a sound out of it. You know, I mean, I put like a couple pieces of electrical tape on the bottom of this, so they're really sensitive now. But I was playing the other night, and I noticed that I'm practicing, you know, the different patterns and things, because this is an instrument, and you have to practice to get good at it. But like my fingers started hurting, you know, my two, you know, it's like getting raw, you know, because these pads are so thin, and when you're hitting it, you're like hitting really close to the board that's on the bottom, and it's kind of obnoxious. So what I did was I went and I got this thing from MPCstuff.com, and they seem to be the only people in the whole universe who make stuff for MPCs. So what I did was I bought really thick pads. You can't even see that. And they're thick pads, and they come with $45 for some rubber pads, and it comes with these little things, which is acts like what I do with the electrical tape, and it makes it really sensitive. So you could just like kind of just touch the pad, and it'll give you some sound. So you stick these underneath your pads, and it makes them super sensitive. But if you want a better feel, you have to get what they call fat pads or thick pads or something like that. And they're $45, and it comes with the pads, and it comes with these sensitivity cork thingamabobbers. And so if you can see how thin these pads are, let me zoom in here, and you can see how thin these pads are, right? They're like right on the board, you know? They're like right on the board. And if you look and see how fat these other pads are. See how much extra thickness there is? There's like, it's like more than double the thickness. So when I touch this, oh, even if I put it on top like this, check it out. I just opened a package for this stuff. So even if I put it on top, it feels a lot better on my finger. I don't feel like I'm going to ruin my finger. I don't feel like they're going to get raw touching this thing. So I'm pretty happy with that already, and I haven't even installed the things yet. And so on here it says must read. These corks are upgraded. They're actually made of the pad material, so you're not going to feel any weirdness. And it says the adhesive used in these new style corks has a bit of a smell to it. Don't worry, it's not gas and it's not flammable. If you want to air them out before installation, it'll help dissipate the smell, blah blah blah. Just like any glue, don't sniff or inhale it. Sniffing glue can be harmful to your body. But sniffing glue might make you make a better beat. So I'm going to sniff some of these, and I'm going to give this a go. But you know what, if you're looking for a machine, if you're looking for an MPC or a drum machine, and you don't have $2,000 to buy an MPC, buy an MPD. They have an MPD like a 16, an 18, 24, a 26, and a 32. And the 32's got the most knobs and stuff, and it's the most impressive looking, even though they all actually work the same way. This one is the biggest one, and it was the coolest one, and I got it for a steal because the USB port was broken, so I just bought a bunch of USB ports and soldered it onto the board, and voila, you know, I got a nice drum machine for a pretty expensive price. So I'm going to throw these corks in here, and I'm going to throw these new pads in here. And I bought the black ones because the red ones just look kind of kiddie-ish. You know, it's like a person who buys their first car when they're 18 and they go to Pet Boys and like buy all those stupid lights and all that weird stuff to hype up their car, but it doesn't actually make their car any better. So I bought the black ones because black is cool and it's not and it doesn't make me look like an asshole. So I'm going to throw these things in here, and when I'm done throwing them in here, I'm going to just turn the camera back on and let you see, and I'll tell you how it feels on my fingers and stuff. Alright, so I've got the pads back in, and it's pretty cool. I think it's easier to use, and also there's something that I just noticed. I was just playing with it for like 5 seconds. That on the old pads you couldn't go like this and hit two pads with the straight finger, you know, because the pads weren't high enough off the thing. So now if I want to like do something, and if I want to go and add an extra sound to that kick, I can go. So that's probably like the best thing about that. It feels a little bit better on your fingers. It feels softer. It doesn't feel like you're so close to the board. But these things are raised up off of this so good that there's extra things that you can do with it that you couldn't do with it before. And the sensitivity is really, really fine. You know, so I'm pretty happy with it. $45 for those pads, though. I don't know. It sounds a little bit steep, but the guy makes them. You know, he's probably got like a tiny little place where he makes this stuff at. So like he needs all the money he can get to have a successful business. So I'm really happy with them. I'm really happy with the way that this MPD32 does everything. You know, it does everything except for, you know, it's not a standalone. You need a computer and to mess with the sound because it's just a MIDI controller. But whereas an MPC is just standalone, you can do everything just with the MPC. But this is really fantastic. I'm really happy with it, and we'll make some more reviews of different, you know, electronic stuff, speakers, studio monitors, guitars, trumpets. Even I play the trumpet. So we'll do a bunch of stuff like that, and you'll be seeing a lot of videos from us soon. Thanks for watching. See you later.